Okay guys, hey, thanks for tuning in. This is my first video of the week. Let's see where I was last. I think I had gone home with a load that delivered in Jasper, Alabama from Houston. So as you probably know at this point for sure, we had a lot of bad weather forecasted, but I determined that I could kind of get ahead of the storm and get to my delivery. I had an 8 a.m. appointment Monday morning to make my delivery in Jasper, Alabama, so I felt confident that I could get that done. The customer had overnight parking, so my plan was to just get there Sunday evening and be there Monday morning, make the delivery, which is what happened. So did run into a little bit of trouble once I got into northern Mississippi, kind of from Tupelo over to the Alabama line was already getting slick, and so it took longer than I expected, but I did make it there Sunday night to the customer, parked, stayed, made my delivery. And in retrospect, the lesson here for everybody, including me, is, man, when you've got bad weather forecasted like we have going on right now, just park the truck and stay home. It's not worth the trouble of getting out. But my thinking was, hey, I can get to my customer Monday, I can get ahead of this storm, make my delivery, and do what I need to do there, and then they'll hook me up with a load picking up, because really Jasper was kind of on the line of where the freezing precipitation was supposed to be, and that turned out to be pretty accurate. So I was hoping from Jasper they'll send me somewhere probably around Birmingham, and get a load going to Georgia or South Carolina or Florida, somewhere away from the storm. But that's not what happened. In fact, at first they booked me a load going to Ohio somewhere, which, since they take better care of the roads up there, that probably would have been easier than what I ended up with, which was a load that picked up in Talladega, Alabama, and went to Springfield, Missouri. So Springfield, Missouri is like, right dead center to the core of the storm. And to make it worse, the way to get there from central Alabama is, kind of angled up through Memphis and through North Arkansas and into southern Missouri. It's just kind of rural and not major roads, so there's not a lot of places to stop, rest areas, truck stops, curvy, hilly roads. Anyway, and the weather got worse. In fact, I had to shut down Tuesday. I really wasn't able to get very far after getting loaded in Talladega. I had to stop in northwest Alabama, I don't know, probably 25 miles or so from the Alabama-Mississippi line, because the reports I was getting was that I-22 going across Mississippi was basically shut down. And so I parked at a truck stop there, and 22 was basically shut down, all day long and into the night. So Wednesday morning, based on some of the reports I was getting from the CB and the Mississippi DOT website, it looked like the road was not closed down anymore, just that traffic was real slow. So I hit the road about 7:30 a.m. and traffic was fine in Alabama, no problem, but as soon as you got into Mississippi, it was all bad. A lot of ice, so was tough getting across Mississippi to Memphis, but I did. And then it started snowing a lot, and I'm on I-40 now. It's snowing a lot, and I'm at a dead standstill at this point. I'm about 50 miles from North Little Rock. Just need to get through there, but it's going to be rough because the reports I'm hearing are there's several traffic problems, wrecks, whatever, up between here and North Little Rock. So I don't know how long I'll be stuck here. So yeah, it's been a very frustrating few days. What I'm going to do at this point is, if I can get to North Little Rock, I'm just going to park and deliver this thing on Monday. They've got the, I called the customer, and they're fine with getting it on Monday. And I'm just going to wait out the rest of this storm and hope that it thaws out Saturday, Sunday, and just, park this thing and get off the road for a while. So yeah, kind of frustrated about how, I really, when I left, I was thinking, they'll hook me up from Jasper with a load going away from the storm, but that's not what happened. So I'm not sure how the thinking goes there with booking loads. But anyway, it turned out to be a disastrous decision on my part. In retrospect, I wish I had not tried to. I'd been less aggressive about trying to get things done, and I just set this one out and had a little weekly vacation. But anyway, for now, that's all I got. I am going to try to do a video while I'm home over the next few days, if I can ever get there, and talk about your time on the trainer truck. So that's what I'll be trying to talk about next time. So until then, see you later. Hey guys, I wanted to add a little bit to the end of that last video. I think where I left it, I was about 50 miles from North Little Rock, stuck on I-40, which turned out to be the kind of how the day went. Man, I-40 was a mess. It was snowed really hard from about the time I got to South Memphis, across, from Memphis to Little Rock. A lot of snow, a lot of problems. And as it turned out, there'd been several traffic problems, wrecks, in that last 15 to 20 mile stretch getting into North Little Rock. And I think it, as I remember, it probably took me 14 hours to get from Memphis to North Little Rock. And then the bad thing is, I was just trying to get to the North Little Rock Maverick yard, where I was going to park the truck and just be done, get off of this stuff for a few days, make my delivery Monday. But I think the state troopers actually closed down I-40 and was diverting the traffic at Hazen, Arkansas, over to Highway 70, which was no big deal. I took Highway 70 all the way to 391, which takes me right into the Maverick yard mostly. Problem is, when I got to Valentine Road, which is the little road that's about a half a mile long, right there off of 391 at I-40, there's a Pilot and a Petro, but the turn-in to the gas pumps at the Pilot turns off of Valentine Road, which we have to go down to get to the Maverick yard, and it was piled up. I mean, the whole area, the whole truck stop area was just a gigantic traffic jam. And there was a tractor trailer that had jackknifed right there at the entrance off of Valentine Road into the Pilot gas pump area. So you couldn't go anywhere. So I couldn't get, after all of that long day, at this point it's 4:30 in the morning, right? 5 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't get to the Maverick yard. After all of that, couldn't make the last half a mile to get to the Maverick yard. Just a killer, just a killer. In fact, there was a couple other Maverick trucks there stuck. They said they had been waiting for an hour and a half for a wrecker to come get that jackknife out of the way. But at the point I got there, there was no room for me to get anywhere, so I just kept going. I drove up 67, you know, probably another 6-7 miles. Found a little shopping center with an abandoned, you know, for lease furniture store, I believe it had last been, and I just pulled in there and parked and slept for a couple of hours maybe, until one of my sons contacted me to see if I needed a ride. He has a 4-wheel drive, so he came and picked me up, you know, about, I don't know, 8 a.m. or something like that. Brought me home, and I'm pretty wiped out, really. Pretty tired, but a couple of my kids and one of my grandkids made a snowman earlier, so hey, not a total loss. But as you can see, we've had about a foot of snow this week around here. This is my backyard. But yeah, very tiring. You know, basically this week, you know, like I've already mentioned, you know, I tried to I was hoping for the best. I went out and made my delivery and then hoped that they'd book me loads going away from the storm, but that's not what happened. So I'm just glad to be home and accident free, and we'll wait this one out. And again, the lesson here, at least for me, was, you know, if you got weather like this in the future, you know, I won't bust it to get out and try to make things happen. You know, it's just because, you know, you get paid for driving. You don't get paid for spending, you know, all day, 20 hours on the road, you know, to drive 200 or 300 miles. It just doesn't work. So it's best just to sit it out. Okay, enough of that. Hopefully, you know, the weather forecast says over the next couple days we're supposed to get above freezing, get a little sunshine, so hopefully the roads will clear out. I've actually got to go, I'm planning Saturday to go try to get my truck, and I need to go get fuel and get it back to the Maverick yard, pick up my personal vehicle, and you know, kind of start getting back to normal routine things, preparing to leave out sometime Sunday. So all right, for now, stay safe. Talk to you later.